ready? What's up, guys? Welcome to episode 31 of Convos on the Pedicab. I'm here with a special guest, stand-up comedian and major player in the Austin comedy scene, Marty Clarke. Before we get started, though, we got to give a big shout-out to our sponsor, 10th Planet Austin, 10PATX. Get woke and improve your jiu-jitsu at the same time. There's a lot of civil unrest going around. You know, we defunded our police department by a lot of money, so there's no better time than now to learn how to intelligently defend yourself. We have a phenomenal jiu-jitsu program taught by the number 5th ranked grappler in the world, Kyle Bain. Our MMA program is taught by former UFC fighter Andrew Craig, as well as BJJ black belt and pro MMA fighter Cody Hofstadter. We have a phenomenal strength and conditioning program taught by Isak the Viking Ninja. So come through. We're between 35 and 71 in Southeast Austin. Our handle on Instagram and Twitter is at 10PATX. We got a phenomenal training environment. You can progress at your own pace. Everybody's very open-minded regardless of what you look like and what your political beliefs are. So come through. It's a great spot if you're in Southeast Austin or if you're in Austin, Texas in general. Anyway, Marty, thank you for coming on, man.
Yeah, thank you for having me, man. Glad to be here.
Did I miss anything when I described you?
No. I mean, just a comedian, comedy producer. Yeah, that's what I'm doing. And, yeah, trying to bring comedy back to the world because it was gone for about 6 months there.
Well, yeah, I mean, it's taken a different form, that's for sure.
Yeah. Comedy in itself has changed a lot. A lot of outdoor shows, the social distancing. Yeah, I mean, we're just doing what we can. You know, it's been tough.
I mean, I personally think that the only thing we should be distancing ourselves from is communism.
Sure. Yeah, fuck communism. I'm on that boat.
We're on that boat. No, but in all seriousness, I do think that this virus is going to change the scope of comedy for the foreseeable future.
Yeah. Well, I mean, comedy in my mind, I've been doing it for like 7.5 years. Comedy at its essence, it's meant to be done in a basement with no windows where you're packed in like sardines. But I don't know if that's going to come back to that way for quite a while. So we're going to do what we can. I mean, if the law says we got to have tables 6 feet apart and do all that shit, you know, or like outdoor shows are the new way to go, apparently.
Or just start doing little pop-up shows right at Zilker Park.
Yeah.
Random pop-up improv and pop-up comedy. I had I had the one of the owners of Cold Town. Do you ever go? Are you familiar with like Cold Town Theater and stuff?
Yeah. I never performed there, but I went there a couple times. Yeah.
Great spot. But I had Tari Laws Phillips, one of the owners there.
Oh, nice. Hell yeah.
Dope. She's awesome.
Yeah, that was a great spot.
And I was kind of sad that Cold Town's not open to do shows. You know, like if we're able to like have all these protests, if bars are becoming restaurants, if people are going to be out and about doing whatever they're doing. I feel like we need planned connection now more than ever. So there's got to be a way for them to reopen in person and not do it virtually. And I was suggesting, why don't we do some pop-up shows? Or not we, because I'm not a part of it. But why don't y'all do some pop-up shows?
Right.
Just out by Zilker, by the Capitol. Capitol just started opening up. Like, there's so many areas in Austin where you can just do outdoor pop-up shows and just get donations, and people will pay.
Oh, yeah? Well, I've done a couple shows over at Auditorium Shores and stuff. There was an open mic there for a while. That's what's nice about Texas. The weather's good. So, like, we've had to cancel a couple for, like, weather when it's, like, raining or shit, whatever. But other than that, I mean, like, right now it is, somewhere in December. I won't tell the day, but somewhere in December, and it is 65 and beautiful out. So, yeah, it's the place to be.
I believe the Capitol is going to open January 4th.
Okay.
So
nice.
Once the Capitol opens on January 4th, like January 5th, 6th, 7th, like at least like the first like couple weeks of January, you could just do pop-up shows right on the Capitol grounds. Yeah, for sure. And people are doing that. The outdoor shows, I mean, most of my shows I run are outdoors. I have some indoor ones, but yeah, outdoors donations.
is,
Just all. Hey, man, me and like 3 friends are going to be doing comedy, or we're going to do an improv skit, or we're going to do whatever we're doing. This is where we're going to be. Please make some donations. Here's our Venmo, and we have a little hat for some money. Please help.
Right. Well, yeah, and as scared as a lot of people are to go out, I mean, I've been running a lot of shows. I think in December I had 15 shows, and pretty much all of them have either been sold out or like packed to as packed as you could get them. So I mean, there's a crowd out there. Everybody needs comedy right now more than ever.
More than ever, and I think the type of jokes that we're going to start hearing are going to change too, because I think like. I'm not going to lie, man. I wasn't really too thrilled with the direction that comedy was taking pre-pandemic.
Sure. Yeah. I mean, the woke idea kind of took over and stuff, and people were getting canceled left and right. I mean, it a little bit kind of helps Austin itself, kind of helps that Rogan moved here. And I mean, it's now you can say whatever you want. That's what comedy should be. Like, it polices itself. If something's not funny or it's offensive, then it polices itself. People will tell you. But I mean, who am I to tell somebody what not to say on stage?
Yeah, exactly. And these guys, they're being woke for the wrong, like, it's the wrong kind of woke, like, that's happening in comedy. like nobody's talking about flat Earth or anything.
Yeah, I haven't
Nobody's
heard
talking.
one
Yeah,
joke, no.
exactly right. I'm like, it's the wrong woke culture is
Right.
being perpetuated.
Well, and the thing is, it's comedy in its essence, to its core, is it's jokes. It's jokes. Like, why would you get in trouble? They're jokes. Nobody's trying to upset people or offend them. They're just jokes. Like, I do a joke right now about like Alex Trebek, like about him losing his bout with cancer, and it's like, I don't hate Alex Trebek. You can't hate the guy, but I do it to elicit a reaction. That's what comedy is.
Yeah, I tried to do a couple open mics, and I was like, yeah, man, we should make the Bachelorette, or the Bachelor, and it should just all the girls on the show should just be fucking woke as fuck. You know what I mean? Like,
Are they not?
No, like 5 minutes into dinner, like one of the girls is going to start talking about how he never landed on the moon. You know what I mean?
Right.
And like maybe girl number 2 is going to start talking about Bill Gates and widespread depopulation, just like you're out having dinner, girl's a fucking smoke show, and all of a sudden she just starts dropping these knowledge bombs about RFID chips and just see what happens.
Yeah, I don't know how the Bachelor would deal with that.
Yeah, exactly.
It's like, wait, like pussy or like am I offended? Like, I don't know.
Exactly. it's like, you're having a nice dinner with like one of the most beautiful girls that you've ever been in contact with, and all of a sudden, like, she starts going off on human-animal hybrid chimeras. I mean,
Yeah, what do you do?
What are you gonna do?
Do you stick around? Like, I don't know, I'll tell you.
Or do you learn something?
Right.
Because
Well,
you might learn something. You might say, hey, like, that's an actual thing, and we should pay attention to that.
right. Well, that's the thing. I have a joke about it because I have a little bit of Jew inside me. I wasn't raised Jew, but I am part Jewish.
I'm too.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah,
L'chaim.
yeah. L'chaim.
There we go. Yeah,
Happy
Mazel.
Hanukkah,
I know.
related.
I think it just ended.
Just
Yeah.
ended, yeah.
But anyway, so I do that, and then I went on this joke I went on this date with this girl I met on Bumble, and within 5 minutes, she told me she just moved here from Germany, and she was an active member of the Nazi Party.
What?
Oh yeah, and as a Jew, I was a little offended, but like as somebody who hadn't been laid in a month, I saw it out. We didn't fuck. Don't worry, everybody. For the record,
You didn't fuck her?
I don't know.
She fucked the Jew out the view, like in Curb Your Enthusiasm. Remember that episode?
Oh yeah.
That's like the Palestinian. Dude, that's the Palestinian chicken episode right there, Marty.
Yeah, it is. That's a great episode. I love that show.
Dude, that's a phenomenal show. My girl fucking hates it, and I don't know why. I'm like, this is a problem.
It's not for everybody. It's really not. My ex had to trying to get me on like a bunch of those HGTV shows. I mean, I just
HGTV.
Yeah, like
My girlfriend makes me watch The Bachelorette, and I'm like, no, low key, it's actually pretty good. Like, I kind of get excited to watch it.
I can't do it. I can't watch The Bachelorette. I don't know. I don't really do it. Like I like I guess that is kind of trashy, but I like trashy shit. Like remember that show with Flavor of Love?
Oh, dude, remember I Love New York?
Oh my god, I love that shit.
shit.
They're just fighting, throwing shit at each other. Oh my god.
Whatever happened to her?
She's probably dead. No, I'm just kidding. I have no idea. I have no clue. I don't
She's
know.
either doing really well or really bad.
Yeah, one of the two. There's no middle ground.
There's no middle ground.
There's no way she's got like a
No,
family
no.
and lives in a suburb. Something happened.
Something definitely happened. Remember Mr. Boston?
Oh yes.
That guy was hot. That guy.
Yeah. What was he from? Survivor? Is that right?
No, he was just this random guy from Boston, like this giant fucking nerd.
Yeah.
He was like the lamest character. He was just like one of the lamest people ever in
Right.
reality TV show. But he was so lame that he was funny. Like that, I actually liked him. You know what I mean?
I love those. What was the Bret Michaels one? Like Rock of Love?
Rock of
Dude,
Love.
all those, the old VH1. VH1 used to have the shit on lock. They were doing
the
it.
Trash. They monopolized trashy reality TV. Dude, remember Adventures in Hollywood?
No.
3 6 Mafia had a show for a season.
Really?
Where they were like living it up in Hollywood and stuff like that, and it was just the most ghetto, fabulous show I've ever seen in my life. I mean, it was fucking hilarious.
I would watch that. That's something I would watch.
Adventures in Hollywood. Blue Mountain State, that's another one.
Blue Mountain State was good. I do remember that show. Yeah. Yeah. I don't know. Lately, I haven't been. There's like nothing good. I mean, there's
That's
just
what I mean. Like,
documentaries.
comedy is garbage now. But it's going
It's
to
not
change.
great.
It's going to change. And I think that what's going to happen with comedy is like, there's going to be a lot of conspiracy theories are going to start like that. That's what comedy is going to become. It's going to become a lot of like you're going to bring back woke culture in the best way possible, dude.
Well, I mean, now it's just changed. Where for people like Andrew Schultz, you just do it. You do your shows. You do everything on YouTube. You start following that way. Like you don't need to get a late night set. You don't need to get on Comedy Central.
Or JP
Show
Sears.
those are cool,
JP
but-
Sears too.
Yeah. Yeah.
But then the problem is that they're all getting canceled. Like all those guys are like getting shadow banned off the internet.
I mean, yeah, they can try. Like Ari Shaffir's doing fine. He's doing great. They're trying to cancel him for years about like his Kobe joke. Like people can cancel him, but the thing is, if you have a following, then like the people that like you are gonna keep coming out.
They're
Like
gonna
Louis
keep-
C.K.
yeah.
Louis C.K. still selling shows out.
Yeah, but then the problem that you're going to run into is that people are going to start basing your credit off of what you look at on the internet, and there's already like stuff. There's already articles being written in blogs in the IMF about how they're trying to do that and stuff. So it's like they are really trying to pull out every single stop to kill creativity. and they're trying to kill comedy. And like, there's a like I think that this virus has shown that there's like kind of like, and we're gonna get all serious. Like not only is there like a war on small business, but this is a war on original thought. Because if people are gonna start basing your credit on what you browse on the internet, you're not gonna like, or what you say on the internet. You're not gonna be able to criticize lockdowns anymore. You're not gonna be able to like tell jokes that the heads of major networks don't want you to tell. Like, this could get really dangerous right now with the type of censorship and the type of control that these big tech companies are trying to get onto people.
Yeah, and I mean, I think it kind of just depends on what you're going for in life. Because I mean, I personally like, I don't really want to go on like, or necessarily if Comedy Central's listening, I do want, but if they like, if I don't never get a Comedy Central special, that's fine. Like
I don't want that shit either.
Right, there's a lot of people just doing it their own way.
Right, but then they're silent. But then they're trying to actively stop people from actually having their own independent platforms.
Yeah, but like I said, it's
the
coming
problem
back around.
Hey, let's hope. But you got to understand that this is not something to be taken for granted, and people need to really be active in terms of preserving creativity and preserving the right of individual people to build a following on independent platforms. And right now, YouTube and Instagram and Facebook and all these big tech companies are like actively shadow banning people who are independent. Just like I played my songs for you, right?
Yeah.
Dude, those songs that I played for you should have gotten 1 million views.
They're funny. They're funny.
Yeah, but you know how many views my Epstein song got?
Huh.
635 or something.
Really?
You know what the like to dislike ratio is? 24-1.
Really?
Hillary Clinton's the only person that disliked the video, Marty.
What does Hillary Clinton do it on YouTube?
Good question. Disliking my woke rap songs. And then the Biden song, that's got like 3,000 plus views organically, right? But that should have like 3 million. That should have millions of views right now, considering the relevancy. The MTV Cribs episode, the homeless should have blown up in Austin. Like, everything that I've done, a lot of the videos, I'll show you my channel, like everything that I've made should be blowing up. But it's not, because people are literally shadow banning and censoring people who don't want to go along with the mainstream narrative.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know what the answer is. I think it's just like, you just got to keep doing what you got to do. And
this is the answer, Marty. Go to open mics and talk to people and like fight that battle, but understand that this is an actual battle that we're fighting.
Yeah, I mean, I just think there's something to be said. It's different. Like, it's not like especially comedians, open micers. None of them are trying to be politicians. Like, I mean, if you're a politician, you probably shouldn't be going around saying crazy shit. But like, we're comedians. We say things to elicit a response and try to be funny.
But then now a lot of today's comedians on SNL are trying to be political activists.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I think we need to separate that, because I mean, I'm a nobody piece of shit. What does my opinion matter? It really doesn't. I just want to tell jokes.
Exactly. I want to tell jokes. That's it. But it's been lost. They've gotten lost in the sauce, and now like comedians are activists, journalists are activists. Like, they're not actually doing what they should be doing.
Yeah, exactly. That's why I don't really put any opinions online. I mean, if somebody wanted my opinion, I would tell them, but I would also qualify it with, I don't know what the fuck I'm talking about. I haven't done any research. I don't know. Like, I'm just somebody who wants to make jokes and have people laugh. That's all I care about.
I get my news from Alex Jones, baby. What do you want?
He's somebody, I saw him a couple times. I want to meet him.
He's cool.
Is he? You met him?
I gave him meeting Alex Jones actually changed my life a little bit.
Oh yeah.
I gave him a pedicab ride. Well, actually, I was riding an electric golf cart. This was in 2017, and I saw him like with his bodyguard.
Really?
And I was like, holy shit, dude, you keep us woke. Get in. And I just gave him a ride for like a block. I saw his old movies. They're inspirational. Like the Obama Deception, Endgame, all that stuff. And I'm just like, dude, to put life in perspective. I'm just like, we're all being run by globalist pedophiles that want one world government. It doesn't really matter if I work in corporate America anymore. Live your best life. Be your best self. Be a free spirit. So it helped, in a very positive way, right?
Sure.
And so I met him. I gave him a ride. And I took him like a block or two. And I just wanted to give him a ride. I didn't want any money.
Right.
And they're like,
what's
hey,
he like
how
in
much?
person?
He was drunk. He was just.
He's always drunk.
No, I mean,
every
in
time I see him.
that time, he was pretty drunk. He was like with his wife or something, I think. And he was just kind of like, he was drunk. He moves really well. But they asked me at the end of the ride, like, hey, how much money do you want? Mm-hmm. And I was like, I don't want anything, man. Like, I just want a picture. Like, I took you a block. I don't want any money, man. It's fine.
Nice. Yeah.
And he pulled out $100 from his wallet and gave it to me.
Really?
Yeah.
I've heard of stories like that.
Yeah, and his bodyguard was training at 10th Planet Jiu-Jitsu, and so I went to and I was trying to figure out a gym to go to because the gym I was at, the owner had cancer, so I was like kind of hopping around, not knowing what to do. Sure. And then he's like, dude, just come to 10th Planet. And I was like, okay. I guess I'll take a look at it. And then when Alex gave me $100, I was like, I guess I could use that $100 for my month of membership.
There you go. Yeah.
And that's what I did, and then like they all liked my conspiracy theory rap songs, and like when I tried to be the mayor of Austin, they like promoted the fuck out of all my stuff, and I wound up opening for Sam Tripoli and Eddie Bravo at Tinfoil Hat Comedy with my songs and stuff like that. So it all kind of came around, and so like I got a lot of visibility because of 10th Planet, and I wouldn't have gone to 10th Planet if I hadn't met Alex.
Right.
So it really like did mark a very positive, pivotal turning point in my life meeting him.
Sure.
But
right.
he tried to like spar with his bodyguard.
Yeah.
He like can move, dude. Like he was like moving like Mike Tyson. He was like doing like almost jumping high kick. Like that guy is like really good athlete. And I was like, holy shit.
Yeah, he's got that weird body where you can tell he's somewhat of an athlete, but he just like, he's been out of shape for about 40 years. But yeah, he looks like he can move.
Did you
see him on Rogan with him and Tim Dillon? You watch that episode?
A little bit, not as much as I would like.
Because Tim Dillon's one of my favorite.
Like an hour
comics.
of it.
I love Tim Dillon. He's just anti. He's like a counterculture guy. He's just a great dude. And just him and Alex Jones going off was just funny to watch. And Alex got drunker and drunker as the podcast went on. Hilarious.
I remember the 9/11 episode with him and Eddie Bravo was like my favorite. Not the night. It was the one in like 2019. The second like 9/11 one, where it was like Eddie, Joe, and Alex, and he was talking about like all the Satanists and he was going off about the interdimensional elves and everything. Like it was great. I liked it. I enjoyed it, and they were all like smoking weed, and he was calling it tobacco and stuff like that. It was. It's interesting how like watching those shows though, you see like Alex's career is always at a different point, because when he came on the first time, InfoWars was the #1 listened to podcast in America next to Joe Rogan. Like Joe Rogan was one, and then Alex Jones was #2, or it was like vice versa. They were both the top 2 listened to podcasts in America in 2017. I was like, dude, that is crazy.
That was before he got like banned from like YouTube and stuff, right?
Yeah, which is fucking bullshit.
I don't even know what happened, honestly. I didn't follow him back then much.
That's literally the beta test for censorship is what it is.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. I heard that he got banned from YouTube. I don't think. I mean, the whole idea of banning anybody is pretty fucked up.
Yeah, no matter how bad somebody is,
right?
You should not ban. Don't ban them if somebody's really that bad and that gross, and like just don't listen to them.
Right. Well,
if that's your choice. Don't listen to them.
Right. Yeah. You don't. Yeah. Same thing with like a comedy show. If you don't like a comedian or you don't like how a show is run or whatever, don't go. I mean, that's fine. That's okay. Like you don't have to like everybody. The same reason I don't like The Bachelorette, I won't watch it.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna. Nobody should be mad at me for that.
I'm not like that interested. Like I don't really like Owen Benjamin. Or what he has to say anymore. I mean, like, I get the conspiracy stuff, but I don't like the direction that he's taken it.
Yeah, he's gone full counterculture.
Yeah, but it's like too much. Like I don't like the direction that he's gone with it, right?
Yeah. Well, I'll tell you what I mean.
But I don't think they should take him off the air at all. Like they should not ban him. Like they should let him still have his platform and talk.
Right. Well, that's the thing too. Is I mean, you don't know these people just because they're either trying to elicit a response or putting out their like opinions just to try to be funny or whatever online. Like I met Owen Benjamin. I didn't open for him or anything, but I met him when I lived in Wisconsin, and he was the nicest guy.
I'm sure he is a really nice guy.
Super nice guy.
And Eddie Bravo were fucking extremely nice. I played one of my rap songs for Sam right away in like 2 seconds, and he's like, he's like, perform this today. He just like got me on it like on the spot.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, I haven't met Sam Tripoli. I've heard good things. I heard that he was a nice guy.
Super nice. Mm-hmm. And Eddie's really cool. I smoked weed with Eddie Bravo and shit because we did the shows and stuff, and we were like smoking weed together afterwards and stuff.
Dude, that's just great that you can like. I love it because it used to be if you smoke weed, like when I'm about to turn 30, but like when I first started smoking weed, it was like if you smoke weed, you're a degenerate. You're not like can't work out. But now people that are like in really good shape smoke weed on the norm, and it's just a normal thing. I love where it's coming from. It's great.
Yeah,
big weed advocate. What's up?
Yeah, same here. I mean, a lot of like conservative Trump-loving Republicans all want legal weed too now. It's like it's amazing how it's.
My grandma smokes weed. Like it's wild. Like I mean, the old people are starting to do it. I love that it's come around because I'm not one of those people that's like it has so many medical effects for you, but it's just like it's fun. Why would you not smoke weed? It's great. I mean.
It's good for you mentally. It helps clear your head out. It gives you perspective. Like it helps you sleep. It's great.
Well, I did a little bit last week, which I might start doing is like microdosing shrooms. Like it.
That's good too. I have a buddy who has a bunch of these, and I haven't hit him up so much because it's like I haven't hit him up to hang out like I should, and I don't want to just call him because I want to get mushrooms or acid to microdose. Like that's kind of shitty.
I mean, if somebody's got it, why not?
I should just go play video games with him today and hit him up for that.
There you go, dude. I'm telling you, I know a lot of people who does it. One of my best friends, he's been doing it for about 4 months, and he said it makes him more positive. He's got more energy. His anxiety is just like totally gone.
Your mind does a reset whenever you do that too. Like your whole mind does a reset whenever you like microdose and do something like that. I always find like my mind gets a reset, and I'm like, oh, I feel clear now. Let's onward, move forward, figure out what to do, and there's no like better time than now. There's nothing like there's nothing more important right now during all this crazy shit that we're dealing with than to have a reset. Yeah. Than to be clear-headed. If you're not clear-headed, like you need to be clear-headed. Otherwise, you're going to fall down the path of extremism, and that is fucking dangerous. Like, you cannot do that, man. Or you got to try your best not to, but it's like sometimes there's circumstances happen, and then it just becomes.
Well, it's just so easy to have your anxiety go through the roof and to be like, just be caught up in everything and just get stressed out with everything going on. It's just everything is so stressful. It's nice to just reset your brain and be like, oh, okay, like it, puts everything in perspective.
Dude, Andrew Yang said on Joe Rogan that when you're like super financially stressed, you lose a standard deviation at least of IQ points.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and so it's like, that being said, like if you're worried that you're gonna like lose your house or your business is tanking left and right, and it's especially if it's because of like some government issued lockdown, people are a lot more willing to fall into like bigotry and racism and xenophobia and all that type of shit because you're so stressed about the fact that you're losing everything you worked for that has an effect on your IQ, man.
Yeah, I mean, I could see that. Like, that's my whole thing with comedy and whatever I'm doing is I just want to be comfortable. I don't need to be a millionaire or a billionaire. I just want to be comfortable and be able to like not worry about going out to eat because, yeah, being like poor or like not having enough money for rent, worrying about all that shit is stressful and it takes a toll on you. It, like your hair starts falling. It's just everything. It's nuts.
No, listen. I was like freaking out when these lockdowns started hitting because I like had like some investments and everything was like tanking, and then like I couldn't like buy anything like while I was dipping, and I was like worried about like my finances, everything just going down the shitter, and I couldn't even work and make a living, and I felt like I was being robbed, right, by like that being said, I was like becoming like super Trumpy while this was happening. Like I was becoming like super Trumpy because while all this was happening, and you can understand why. I don't need to explain it. You get it.
Sure. Yeah.
And then like once like the CARES Act stuff started going through, I felt better, and I was like a lot less extreme about things, and I like wound up buying some Bitcoin with what I was getting and stuff. So I'm actually like a lot of like I'm lucky that so far I'm like kind of doing okay with all this stuff. But like if those circumstances hadn't happened for me, right? I'd be in like Washington D.C. right now protesting voter fraud. You know what I mean? Like that's how mad I was by like how all this stuff was happening. So I think that like your financial situation as a result of extreme events dictates whether or not you fall into extremism.
Right. I think it can push you either way too. I mean, a lot of people were just like give us more money, government, help us out. And then a lot of the other people were just like, go Trump. So it kind of pushes you in either direction because all you're doing is you're looking for some stability.
Yeah.
I think we got like everybody.
But the government's not giving us enough for what they took away. Like, you know what I mean? There's got to be just compensation. Like, and this isn't people think this is socialism. Like, no, dude. If the government's telling you that you can't work, they bought your business and they owe you a check. They bought your business. They owe you a check because they bought your business.
Right. Well, I heard. Wasn't it like just earlier today? I was looking. Didn't they pass like the $600 stimulus? Is that a thing?
Yeah, but that's not just compensation.
No, not at all. But didn't they pass that today? Is that right?
Yeah, and then $300 a week extra unemployment benefits and like.
Damn it! I just got off unemployment. That sucks.
That's not just compensate. Well, because the CARES Act just ended this week.
No, my unemployment ran out. Because I was pre-pandemic, I was working as a bartender. I was working in restaurants, and then all the restaurants shut down, and so I got on unemployment for a while, and then it wasn't enough. It was I was making no money anyways, but it was there was no like extra benefit for the week. Like that ended a while back, and then my unemployment ran out, and I didn't even want to go through the process of trying to extend it, and but yeah.
Well, now the thing ran out, but I think that because they're adding to it, it should be okay.
Yeah, I mean, I might be able to get back on it. I don't really know. I mean, I don't know. I have a weird idea of unemployment. Like I know a lot of people need it, but I think of anybody need it. Like other people need it way more than me. People that have families and we're working in the restaurant industry or some industry that take a huge hit. They really need it to feed themselves and their family. But I have a little bit of savings. I'm just myself. I live by myself, or not by myself. I have roommates, but like I don't have kids or anything to take care of. So I can get by okay. So I'd rather the people that need it get it.
Well, you know what? They should get it, and everybody should get it because everyone got fucked. So that's it. Everybody should get it because everyone was getting fucked by all these people.
Well, especially if they're going to keep locking states down. If we keep going the wrong way, which if we have to because everyone's getting in, our hospitals get overrun. Sure, that's fine. If you're going to lock us down, you got to fucking pay us. That's how it works.
And they're not paying us appropriately, and no one's getting the flu either. If you look at like the statistics of like the flu and stuff, like no one's getting the flu anymore, which is also weird. Like, and so like some of the numbers that they're like throwing out with this. A lot of this, like, there are some like real oddities. And then if it's that serious, why is our mayor going to Cabo? Like, you're going to Cabo, like telling us to make sacrifice. Exactly. And you're flying a private jet when you're shutting down small business, and you're flying to Cabo on a private jet. Like, how out of touch are you with the people that you're governing. And if you're that out of touch with people that you're supposed to govern and represent, you shouldn't be representing them. And it's that simple. Like, and that's why there's a petition to recall him and get him out of office. And if you're a registered voter, Marty, I have it with me. If you want to sign it.
Oh, there you go.
When we're done with everything.
Well, that was the thing too. I mean, I followed the whole like stimulus check and the unemployment stuff for a while, and like because they gave us the first one, whatever it was, in June or something. But I followed it for the last like 6 months, and after a while, I just stopped following it because it just made me mad at Munchin and Pelosi and all these like people that were rich. They're not going through anything. They're not hurting. They're still going on vacation.
But Manuchin was still trying to get us paid. It was Pelosi that was fucking us. She said no to a $1.8 trillion stimulus, and now like approved on one that's half the amount.
I think
because she didn't want Trump to be reelected.
Well, and then I didn't even care which side. I'm very not political, but like I just didn't care where it came from or what they agreed on. I just wanted something. I was just like, I mean, I wasn't like about to die or anything, but I was just like, just something. Why are you just going back and forth? And every week it was like, you're gonna get this much. No, she said no. No, it was just back and forth, and I was like, just do anything. I don't care anything. But you know, that's the government for you.
A lot of people are getting royally fucked.
Yeah.
And if you're not, you got to be thankful and count your blessings. But you also got to understand that, like, you didn't get royally fucked because you made certain. It wasn't because of the government. It was in spite of the government. And you better hold these people accountable because they'll fuck you next.
Right.
You know, like, if they didn't get you this time, they'll get you the next round. So, like, you got to be on point and really fight against these people.
Yeah.
Or not even fight. That's the wrong word. You got to just communicate and voice your concerns and make sure your concerns are addressed. Because I'd rather be listened to than fight anybody. I just want to be listened to, man. That's it. I want to be listened to. I want to live my life. I want to give rights to people. I want to make rap songs about conspiracy theories. I'm a pretty simple man, Marty.
So yeah, it's a good life to live, man.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Yeah, but I mean, I don't really know what direction everything's going in right now. It's kind of nice that that comedy's come back because I mean we're one of the only cities that is open right now for comedy. Like I have Tony Hinchcliffe is supposed to be dropping into some of my shows. He just dropped into a show on Saturday. He just moved to Austin. Tim Dillon supposedly is moving here. Tom Segura is moving here. Obviously, everyone knows.
I thought Tim Dillon said he was going to run for governor of California.
I don't know what to believe.
If he does, I'd vote for him. I'd be like, I would help his campaign. I'd be like, can I join your staff, bro? Like, you gotta.
I love
Tim
Dillon.
Guy's horrible.
He's just hilarious. That's what he does.
And if you don't vote for Tim Dillon, you're a homophobe. Facts. If you don't vote for Tim Dillon, you're homophobic.
You heard it here first.
Yeah, you're a bigot, bro.
But that's what I mean. It's like Austin in terms of all these people. Like even just about an hour ago walking here, there's this guy David. I can't remember his last name, but he's from the Comedy Store in L.A. And he said he's gonna be moving into town or coming through town. And like I run a lot of the shows in town, and I get hit up by 1 to 5 comics a week that are like from L.A. or New York or Chicago saying, hey, nothing's open here. I'm gonna be there the whole month of January or February. Can you put me on shows? And it's funny because as many shows as I run, I still don't have enough stage time for everybody.
Dude, you know what? No better time than now to do open mics because you can really make some connects quick because everyone's coming to Texas. So
well, it's crazy. I mean, of my
you gotta almost write Bill Gates a thank you note for giving aspiring comedians an opportunity in the Austin area.
Yeah. No, I'll call him up later.
I'm also gonna say thank you to George Soros for these riots to help spread the virus and do all this crazy shit too. You know what I mean? So like, just big thank you, big shout out, big ups to Bill Gates and George Soros for everything that's happening. Because you know, if you're a young comic in Austin, you can come open and perform at one of Marty's shows and really make some big connects in the comedy world.
Yeah, and I mean it is blowing up. I've run the biggest open mic in town, and I think it was 4 weeks ago we had 63 comics go up. It was over 4.5 hours. It's the biggest mic maybe in Texas, probably. I don't really know, but it definitely in Austin. It's the biggest one, and it's mostly new people. It's like of that, I think like maybe only 7 were here pre-pandemic, and so it's like everybody moved into town because it's a great city. It's blowing up. The comedy scene's blowing up. Everything just kind of reset, and it's a welcoming place. Everyone's pretty much for the most part pretty nice. Everyone's supportive. I mean, that's what I try to do. I try to help out any comedians that are trying to start shows up or move into town. I put them in the direction of where to get stage time, and you know, I just think, Joe Rogan said it. He said that Austin is the new LA because apparently LA or California as a state is just falling to pieces. New York's taking quite the hit. I do think New York will come back, but New York's taking a hit, so everyone's coming to Austin, which is great. I lucked out by moving here 2 years ago. Yeah,
you made a good decision. I've been here for 7 years. Best decision I ever made in my life.
Yeah. I lived in Madison, Wisconsin for about 12 years before that. And as much as I love Madison, I mean, it was really just I was done with the winters, man. It was the day I moved here. It was a negative 60 wind chill. You walk outside in Madison, your eyelashes just freeze shut. It's nuts.
That sounds horrible.
It was fucking cold. I'm so not missing the winter right now.
I bet you the girls are fucking banging, though.
Oh, beautiful women. Beautiful women.
Beautiful.
Oh, my God, yeah. Especially in Madison, Wisconsin. Ooh, it's like 2-to-1, like women and men ratio there. It's
Well, Austin's got a
wild.
great ratio too. I mean, I have an amazing girlfriend that I've been with for close to 4 years.
Oh, nice.
So
Congrats.
I'm very happy with that relationship.
Very nice.
But I'll tell you, if I wasn't in a relationship, it's not the worst place to be a single guy in.
No, I've been. I had a girl for a while here, and we broke up actually in March when everything shut down. But I mean, since then it's been the dating scene's been a little weird. I mean, like some people are weirded out about it. You usually have to like. I don't go on a lot of dates. And when I do, you meet them at like a patio of a bar, but
they're scared about COVID and shit.
not really. I mean, it hasn't stopped a lot of people from getting laid. I mean, everyone you gotta get laid.
Everybody's getting laid. If anything, it's probably gonna help more. Because
Yeah.
the girls that are going out, they're out for they're fucking down. Like the girls that are gonna actually meet up with you in person during a pandemic, they don't give a fuck.
Right.
You're in for a wild time, dude.
Yeah, it's true.
That's how you gotta look at it. That's how you gotta look at it.
I tell you what, I mean, like I said, I had a girlfriend for like 2 years before this, but like it's not been bad.
I was telling people that like the best way to like get laid on Bumble and Tinder, or at least maybe in March or April, this would have worked, is to just have like a Trump flag in your profile. And the reason being is because, granted, a lot of girls are not going to want to match with you,
Sure.
but the ones who do are going to be doing
ones who
no
do.
social distancing whatsoever.
Oh yeah, they won't give a shit.
Yeah.
They can go right to the bars. They don't care.
They do not care. Like, you don't have to wear a mask. Don't do any of that shit.
Well, I mean, it's true. Like a lot of people, as much as some people are scared. You go to the bars. You go to like West 6. You go to East 6. You go to Rainy. You see people making out at the bars. Like, I mean, the thing is, we're biological humans. Like, you want to get laid.
I wear a mask that deliberately doesn't cover my nose and mouth. I wear a Captain America mask
How does it not cover your nose and mouth?
because it's like an actual mask. It's just a fucking Halloween mask.
Oh, look at that. Okay.
Yeah, I wear like a Captain America. Like I have a
gotcha.
Captain America or like a Batman mask that I walk around with, and I'm just like, that's my mask.
I mean, doesn't it still work though? Because it's still covering it, right?
Well, it's
Or
not
can you
covering-
breathe through it.
No, it's like let me show you the picture real quick on my phone.
Okay.
Um,
Well, I mean, half the people aren't wearing the mask the right way anyway, so I'll just walk around with their dick nose in it or whatever you call it.
dude, the whole mask wearing thing is, I get it, right? You got to be careful, but people, the whole thing is it's silly. But yeah,
Honestly.
here's
Let's see.
here's my Batman mask.
Oh, there you go. That's the opposite side of the face.
Yeah,
but
and
okay.
then here is my Captain America mask.
Yeah, that's not stopping any viruses.
It's
not
stopping
one.
communism.
No one. There you go. Yeah, Captain America is for sure.
But I'm telling you, man, like if you're single right now
Yeah.
and you wear a mask like that during COVID, you will 100% get laid by walking. Like, you just got to be creative. Like, you just wear a mask like that, you will get laid, 100%. No doubts in my mind.
Well, I mean, everybody was just for a while there. I'd say like there was 3 months where like some people were nervous about it, but after 3 months of not getting laid, people are coming back out in droves.
They do not care.
Well, you got to get laid. I mean, we're human beings.
And if
so
you don't,
gotta-
you know
gotta
what?
come.
It creates extremism and it creates fighting and it creates division, and that's
you don't
want
backed
the
up, you start
you don't want the
hating people.
cure to be worse than of course, yeah, exactly. You don't want to start hating people. Like, this is how people join these alt-right movements because they haven't got laid in like 6 months and stuff. You know what I mean? This is how you go on. This is why people go on 4chan. You haven't got laid in like 6-7 months. All of a sudden, now you're on 4chan and you're fucking full of hate.
You're getting laid on 4chan? Is that a thing?
No, I'm saying like you're just full of hate because you're just like on
Oh.
these fucking boards and stuff. Like,
Right. I never thought I'd say the words, but like jerking off gets old. After a while, you're just like, I need a fucking human here. This is
yeah, I'm not gonna lie though, it is
exhausting.
fun though sometimes.
Oh, fun. Yeah, all
Sometimes
the
it's
time.
just like yeah, you're just like, let me go Pornhub.com.
Dude, that's who made the most money and all this lockdown shit was Pornhub.
What, not
Their
Amazon?
numbers went through the roof
Oh, but yeah.
because everyone was just
Oh.
sitting at home jerking off. It was
If
crazy.
Pornhub was a publicly traded company, I would have bought stock in that.
I have no idea who owns Pornhub. In fact,
It's not publicly traded.
I don't know.
Dude, if they went public, holy
No, they're already pubic. They should go public.
They are pubic. Oh, man. Dude, so many girls who are feminists all created OnlyFans accounts. That was another thing too. Like, I'm a proud feminist. Look at my OnlyFans. Like, Jesus Christ, bro.
I'm all for female empowerment. I mean,
I love it.
My thing is, I've been poor for a long time. I don't pay for any of that. I don't pay for porn subscriptions or OnlyFans. To anybody who has them, sure. I'm not gonna pay it to see that shit. I mean,
No,
I don't know.
there's no
Porn's
reason.
free. It's free. I don't know why people are paying for it for real, but
It makes no sense.
I think it's just so you can see your friends. You're just like, oh, if I can do that girl from high school, I want to see her naked. So like they'll pay the $5, but I don't want to pay for that.
I don't want to. That's
My money
so
goes to alcohol.
thirsty. Yeah. That is so thirsty, dude. I don't know. Couldn't do it.
Have an OnlyFans? I mean, you could. You'd probably
I
make a little bit of
could.
money from it, dude.
Maybe.
Actually, some comedians are doing that. Like now, I got to go through other ways. I actually know this comedian who just put on his special on Pornhub because it was free to host it there, and there's a lot of traffic on Pornhub.
There's a lot of.
Dude, and you just got to find ways to like reach eyes and ears, and Pornhub, OnlyFans. I mean, a lot of comics, a lot of podcasts have an OnlyFans where, they can get a little more dirtier than, like, a little more offensive than they can on a widespread podcast. Same thing with like Patreon. That's how a ton of comedians make money.
Hey, you want to show me how to use Patreon when this is over with?
I have no idea how to use it.
Ah, dude. Well, you know what? I could start doing like OnlyFans where I'm just naked on the pedicab. You know what I mean? We'll do some bonus content. I'm in a little Speedo. What's up, guys? Subscribe to my OnlyFans.
Dude, for real. I'm telling you. I know this one comedian in town. I won't say their name, but they have an OnlyFans, and at the end of all their OnlyFans clips, then they just plug their shows. It's like, and if you want to see me clothed and telling jokes, come on out. Like, it's pretty funny.
Honestly, I would come on out. Because
Right,
honestly, you might try to there are going to be some thirsty freaking dudes that might just come out to try to get some.
Yeah, I mean, and why not? You got to get fans any way you can. If I was a hot chick, I would do whatever I could. You got to get people, you got to get butts and seats, and the way to do that, show them your tits or something. I don't know.
Dude, if I was a hot chick, my God, life would be different.
It'd definitely be different. That's for sure. Or anything else. If you were a black dude, if you were a gay guy, it would be different for sure. Yeah. I don't know if I'd like it. I like. I'm happy with where I'm at.
I'm happy being a straight white male.
Yeah.
I'm fine with it.
Yeah.
But people are like, oh my God, if you were a different color, a different race, life would be so hard and so difficult. I'm like,
sure.
Maybe some parts of my life would be more difficult, but some parts of my life might not be more difficult, right? I think everybody has their own set of challenges depending on where they're at in life,
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, everyone's got their issues in life, and some people have it worse, some people have it better off. I mean, the people that have it the easiest are rich people.
Dude, yeah. I mean, if I was, here's the thing, right? Because of the culture that we live in, like if I were black and I was giving pedicab rides,
yep,
I would just tell everybody who didn't want to ride that they were racist. I'd be like, oh, well, what are you racist? You don't like black people? You're not gonna take. I would just literally just shamelessly say shit like that constantly.
Yeah, I mean, I guess you got the.
Because it's fucking funny either way. Like, it is funny. Like, if you say it and you're laughing about it, like, no one's gonna get angry at you. And
yeah.
It'll probably help you get business. Like, just use your circumstances to get business.
Dude, I have a couple black friends that do that just to because it just makes people so they're just like, oh no, that's not it at all. It's just funny to watch people be like, I swear to God, I'm not racist. And it's like if you're defending yourself for not being racist, you're probably racist.
That is really funny. Or like there was this. You ever heard of Hotep Jesus?
No.
He's like this internet personality, and he went to Starbucks demanding free reparations coffee, and he made this viral video. And he got on Joe Rogan he got on Joe Rogan because of it.
Really? Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just think it's funny. I just think the world and life, it's just all. I mean, it's as serious and everything is, but like I just think that things are meant to be funny. That's why I'm a stand-up comedian.
There was this black dude I used to pedicab with, and I used to tell he used to walk up to roll up to these white people, like all the rich yuppie white people, and be like, guys, we're offering Anglo-Saxon discounts.
Nice.
I mean, there's definitely ways to market yourself, depending on where you're at in life. It just everybody's got to be creative,
I think everybody should just stop taking themselves so seriously on every side of every issue. It's like, don't get all fucking butthurt about everything. It's just just relax. It's life. It sucks. It's stressful. Just, have fun.
Yeah, and if there are certain problems that different people have, you should be empathetic and try to talk to people and communicate and figure out how to help them and how to help and make things better. But I think that people yelling at each other and using identity politics to force that stuff down people's throats. I think that's really unproductive, man.
Yeah, I mean, I just try to be as supportive and welcoming to anybody from any walks of life as possible, and that's all I can do. And I'm just not, like I said, I think a big issue is the internet. I just stay the fuck off it. I really do.
Preach a message of love. Yeah,
I hate it. I hate social media. I mean, it's necessary for any profession, especially comedy. Like, I have a Facebook and Instagram and stuff, but I really, if you check it out, I only promote my shows and say, come out to this. I don't even put jokes online because I just don't want to start a comment war. I mean, sometimes they're fun to watch.
Do it if it's gonna help you. If it's gonna help get engaged into what your videos are.
Sure. Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
Or start the war and then just turn off the notifications so you don't even see it.
Right. Well, I mean, but that's what it is. It's just people arguing from behind new keyboards, and I know a lot of people can't go out right now, so that's all they have. But
that personally creates fucking extremism. This is literally creating extremism. That's not good.
Yeah, and like I said, I mean, to each their own. If that's how you want to live your life, go ahead and live your life like that. Get mad on Facebook. But me personally, I'm just gonna not do that. I stay off it, and I talk to people.
But then don't force me to don't force that shit on me by advocating for shutdowns and closures, because then I have to deal with you being mad on Facebook. In 2019, if people were gonna live their lives on the internet, I don't care because I'm not on the internet. But now, when you're forcing me to stay home, I have nowhere else to be but on the internet.
Well, yeah, true. Just watching videos and Netflix and sitting on the internet.
Yeah, it's fucked up.
Right. Well, that's why I'm glad that I'm glad we're trying to be as safe as possible in Austin. And I mean, there's the bars and restaurants are still staying open at whatever capacity.
And they should.
I mean, it's personally, I just here's how if you want to stay home, go ahead, stay home. That's cool with me. I don't really care, but like, don't make, because I'm in the service industry, and like I know a lot of people in the service industry, and if they want to make money, if you're not going to pay them to stay home, then let them have their job. And for them to make money and have their job, they have to have some customers in there. So if I feel comfortable going to a bar and sitting outside, then like that's how I'm supporting those people, the bartender, the people who own that restaurant. Like, I'm supporting them by doing that, and it makes me happy because I don't have to sit at home sad all day.
Yeah, exactly. We need that stuff. We need togetherness, and also doing things like that and have positive interactions boost your immune system.
Right, yeah. And like I said, in my whole outlook on life is to each their own. You know, if you want to stay at home, please stay at home. I'm not mad at you. I'm really not angry. I don't care. But don't get mad at the people that are going out. We're not going and hanging out with your grandma and killing her. No. I'm just going out by myself or with a couple friends.
And I always wear a mask. When I'm in town, I wear a mask. You know, you saw the mask in my picture.
All right. Speaking of immune system, I'm smoking a cigarette. But yeah.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, that's another thing, too, man. All these, like, pro-lockdown, like, guys and, like, these DSA members and all these people that, like, in the beginning they were all like pro-lockdown because of public health, and they're all chain smoking cigarettes. Or then you look at the health ministers in Los Angeles and in like Belgium and in some of these other countries are like the unhealthiest people in the world, and you're taking public health advice from those guys. Like, these are like bleacher creatures, dude. They look, you know.
Well, yeah, I just think, like I said, I think everybody can have their own thing. Like, if I want to, that's one of the cornerstones of America. If I want to drink and smoke cigarettes and treat myself poorly, then like that's my decision. You know, you shouldn't get mad at me for it. You know, whatever. I'm not making you do it. I mean, I'm giving you secondhand smoke right now, but I'm not making anybody else do it.
Nah, you're fine. And I'm you know, if I didn't want you to have a cigarette, I would have told you no, and you would have listened to me.
I would have. Yeah, exactly. So that's all you can do. You got to try to be as empathetic as possible and empathetic as possible to anybody and what they want. But like, don't tell me how to live my life.
Exactly. Yeah, dude. And when I have other guests, if like other guests want to wear masks and want me to wear a mask when I talk to them, I will do that out of respect for them. And I have no problem being like a kind, courteous, respectful person.
Well, yeah, and I mean that's the consensus, and that's the law right now. And if I have to wear a mask, like, I don't complain about it. I don't complain about it. If you want me to wear a mask, like,
but there's ways around it. There is ways around it, Marty.
What's that?
Just eat or drink every time you walk somewhere. Like, get a lollipop. Like, have a lollipop. Seriously, just walk around with a lollipop, or get like a get a birthday cone. Get like a birthday hat.
Yeah.
Right, like a cone shaped hat.
Okay.
And if they tell you to put a mask on, just put the mask on. Like.
Yeah, there you go.
Like, I have a mask. I have face covering. What do you want?
Technically do. I mean, and I see half the people that walk in without a mask, they'll just bring their shirt up above their face.
I do that shit too sometimes.
Yeah. I mean,
that's still the same thing though. You're like, it's not any different than wearing a mask. Like, as long as you're not breathing on someone, why is that a problem?
Yeah, and I'm not trying to get anybody sick. Trust me, I'm really not. I really don't want anybody to get sick, and I just want to. I need to still go to the grocery store. I need to still buy food. I need to still live my life as much as I can. But
exactly.
Like I said, I'm not going.
And if you're gonna call me a science denier for this shit, guess what? I'm gonna call you a freedom denier.
Well, that's your right to say that. Yeah. But no, I'm not walking up to old ladies and coughing in their mouths. Why would I do that? I'm not a crazy person.
That's mean, dude. Yeah, you don't want to do that shit.
I wouldn't have done that before the pandemic. I don't want to be around old people or children. Trust me.
You know what you want to do? You got to spread a message of love. So, like, you know, these people at the Austin Chronicle that are super worried about COVID and XYZ, just hug them. Just give them a hug. Like, they need one.
Well,
just start hugging them. Especially this guy Austin Sanders. He's this man. Fuck that. But anyway, he needs a hug. That guy needs a hug.
Yeah, well,
he needs a hug.
I mean, that's what's been depression has gone through the roof because people right now in general, we're human beings. We need to be touched. It's a human instinct that you want to be touched and held, and you know that's.
But you know what though? It's also because people are like. There's also got to be some accountability, man. Like, if you're going along with these bullshit lockdowns and you're not actively spending time with your friends and having in-person interactions with people, then you're like facilitating your own depression right at this point in time right now. You're facilitating that shit. Well, I mean, 9 months down the road, you're facilitating that by still following all these bullshit guidelines.
Well, I mean, I think everybody, they can do whatever they want. I just think the longer it goes, because like for a while, like I wasn't okay, but I followed it. Like I mean, everything was shut down, so I stayed home. But then after a while, I got so depressed. I was like, you know what? I got to do stuff. I got to go out, man.
I was doing jujitsu this entire time.
Yeah.
Like I was like, man, this is bullshit. Like,
do you guys wear masks when you do jujitsu?
No comment.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, and that's the thing too is like
listen, Marty.
Yeah.
I saw who was giving the guidelines. I saw the CDC. I saw the WHO. I saw Bill Gates. When I saw all these people like telling us what to do, I was like, immediately knew to do the opposite.
Yeah, well,
No, I mean, I wasn't that worried because I also was reading articles about how 50,000 people in China had already recovered from the virus. So I'm like, okay, this is not that bad. I looked at like my circumstances and like the category I fell into when it came to COVID, and the fact that like we live in a warm weather state, and generally speaking, when you're out in the warm weather and you're exposed to sunlight, it's probably better for your health to be outside. So.
yeah, that's what's nice about Texas. You can do stuff outside. I mean, I walk a lot of places. I do have a car now, but like I like walking places. I like being outside. I like sitting outside of
I was
bars.
going to Barn Springs almost every day, bro. When
Yeah,
we
it
were
was
having
nice.
this, I was all going to the trails. That's I'm like, dude, these fucking assholes closed nature, and people had to like literally break those fences when they were closing like the parks and stuff like that because nobody's following that rule, and you shouldn't. You need to be outside by the creeks. You need to be like riding your bike. You need to be running. You need to be working out. You need to be around people, and yeah, be smart, be safe. Like if you're not feeling well, stay home. If someone might be exposed to COVID, tell people, communicate. But like.
Right.
You know, I was going outside, and I was spending time with people safely, and I was going swimming, and I was doing things, and I was fishing, and I was doing stuff to keep my like mental sanity, and that's a big reason why I'm like so far still like okay from this, you know.
Well, that's what's tough. That's why I think it just started skyrocketing in the fall in these cold weather states, like where I'm from, Wisconsin, Michigan, New York, because you have to be inside. It's too cold to be outside. So if you pack yourself in a bar with a bunch of people breathing in each other's mouths, that's probably not that safe.
Well, the problem is they had such restrictive measures when it was warm that the best time to actually spread this virus, I felt, would have been in the summer. Because if everybody gets it in the summer, then less people get it in the winter because everyone just got it.
I don't know. I
You know
know the facts on it. I'm not a
Like,
doctor.
that was how I was gonna. That's how I'm looking. I mean, look, I'm no scientist. I got like a C- in chemistry and biology. Like I'm the meme where it's like, are you gonna listen to the doctors or are you gonna listen to the C student who thinks this is all part of the Illuminati's? And I'm like, well, maybe the C student was right this time.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. The thing was too, it changed.
I mean, I'm laughing, but I'm not. Like I'm.
Well, it changed so much. Like what they told us at first, they were like, "Oh, it stays on services for like a month at a time," and then now they're like, "Oh, it doesn't sit on services." So like, I don't know. Nobody knows.
Hey, wear a
It's
mask.
crazy.
Don't wear a mask. There was all this shit. Anthony
Yeah.
Fauci has had a new position on this virus every freaking month. He's like a female when it comes to going to dinner. That's. Yeah. Anyway, man, we can go on and on and on about this shit, and then like you got Bill Gates. He thinks he's Mr. Rogers with a sweater, but he's really Mr. Burns. Fuck. Wait till we get pandemic 2, and he even moves his fingers like Mr. Burns, dude.
Does he?
Yeah,
I don't know. I mean, honestly, I've tried it. Like as much as I was following like stimulus stuff, like I stay away from all the politics of anything really.
This
because,
motherfucker, dude. Fuck. This guy literally made a career putting viruses into computers and finding the cure for the virus. And now you want to take public health advice from this fucking nerd with no medical degree? Like, we're gonna take health advice from that guy. He's the biggest financer of the WHO, and he pays and they're like, listen to the experts. I'm like, Bill Gates is paying the experts because he's making money off this shit, and so is Bezos. And he gave $800 million or some shit like that to a bunch of nonprofits, and then the nonprofit message is gonna be like, stay home, don't go anywhere. I'm like, I wonder why. Jesus Christ. Or it's like you're a politician and you get a bunch of money from like nonprofit organizations. And I'm like, these nonprofits are now a shell company for Amazon.
Well,
Anyway, sorry, this might be over your head.
No,
This shit
I
is
mean,
not
I
funny.
just
This is
don't
not
know.
funny.
I mean, I think it's funny to listen, but no, it's. I just think that was the thing. Is it hurt so many people that were poor are the people that it hurt. The rich people are fine. Rich people are doing great right now. They're made money off this shit. But it's like I said, the people on unemployment, the people that are poor, the people that are suffering right now, that's who is not getting helped enough right now.
Yeah.
It sucks.
I mean, there were some smart people that probably bought stocks while the shit was happening, right? But like,
Yeah, get some Zoom stock or whatever. You would have been a bundle.
yeah, or just Bitcoin, anything. I mean, it depends. You can't. Nobody knows.
I had a conversation last night with the guy about Bitcoin for like an hour, and like that, supposedly it's about to shoot through the roof again too. So like it's a good thing to get on right now. Apparently, I don't know.
Well, it's already been shooting through, so who the fuck knows?
Yeah, I don't know.
Like,
There's so many of those
who the fuck
cryptocurrencies
knows?
now.
Who
Like
the
my buddy was
fuck
trying to get me
knows?
into one of them recently, and I'm like, I mean, I don't have the money to invest in any of that shit anyways right now. So
Who knows? Just see what happens. But it's you gotta. There's a serious push to like, or a serious case for getting out of cities because of all this stuff.
yeah, there's been a mass exodus. That's why everybody left New York because it's the most densely populated city in the U.S. for
And
sure.
once they start using all this like Chinese technology and the 5G and all that stuff, like everything you do is going to be like monitored and tracked constantly. So like you're gonna have no privacy, no freedom, nothing. And so like you
See,
can
I'm
like
fine with
all of a
that.
sudden because then all of a sudden
don't
someone's
care.
like you can't be within a certain area or in a certain place or go talk to certain people, and now everybody can know and monitor everything you do, and you have to have like a digital ID everywhere you go, and like you have drones following you and giving you tickets, because like $1,000 tickets because you're not following these like tyrannical orders. Like, no, that's fucking wrong. That's evil, bro. Like, that is bad. Like, you gotta fight. That's scary, man. You gotta fight that shit, dude.
See, me personally, I don't. They can follow me around. They can follow. I don't. I just personally, like, again, to each their own. I just don't care. They can follow me and check up on everything I do. I got nothing to hide.
Yeah, fine. You have nothing to hide until they say, hey, you can't be within more than 1 kilometer of this certain area, and then all of a sudden, now you're stuck in a certain area. It's like being in a prison. It's like being imprisoned in a neighborhood or imprisoned in a city.
Right.
So you don't. That's oppression. That's real oppression.
Yeah. I mean, yeah.
Everybody, no matter what race, religion, color you are, if you think, oppression is bad now, just wait until they start creating these smart cities. Just fucking wait. I'm not. We're laughing, but just wait. Just wait.
Yeah.
About to get banned off the internet dropping these knowledge bombs right now, Marty.
I mean, we'll probably die for Corona before that anyway, so.
Shit, I'd rather die of COVID than live in this New World Order nightmare that they're trying to fucking make for us.
Yeah. Well, I mean, honestly, from after this conversation we just had, we're both definitely gonna have Corona, so this will be fun. You'll see me. This will be my last
five.
What's up?
Now we just touch each other. Oh shit.
No, I told you before. I just got tested.
Yeah,
and,
you're not. He's negative. We're good. Everything is great. Gucci. How much time have we been doing this for, Charlie? What? 5-0. All right, so I think we're about to wrap up. You got anything else you want to talk about, Marty?
No. I mean, I can plug some of my shows coming up.
Plug
cool.
all that shit.
Tell
away. Us everything.
All right. Well, follow me on Instagram. My personal Instagram is Comedian Marty. That's where I post about all the shows I'm on. On top of the shows that I run. If you want to see the shows that I run, follow Rough Cut Comedy. ROUGH-CUTCOMEDY. Rough Cut Comedy on Instagram and Facebook. We have a weekly show every Monday at Whiskey Tango Foxtrot at 7 p.m. Every Tuesday at the Baker Street Pub on South Lamar.
So you have one tonight?
Yeah.
Oh shit.
Yep.
We're not airing this today, but I mean, you have one on Monday. That's great.
Yeah. Every Monday WTF. Every Tuesday at Baker Street. Every Wednesday I run the biggest open mic in town at Lucky Duck, the Lucky Duck on East 6 over there. And then I run a whole bunch of other stuff. I run shows at like Steamer Lane. I'm running shows. I can't even remember, Buck Wild. I should have run my calendar. It doesn't matter. But anyway, just follow my Instagram and you'll find them all out because we have like 21 shows in January.
Bill Gates does not want you to be at any of these events, by the way.
He's tweeted. He doesn't want it. He said, don't go to these events. They're, no, most of them, for anybody who's worried, most of them are outside. And, if you don't want to come, that's fine. I'm not going to make anybody come. I'm not forcing anybody to do anything, but they are great.
Don't go until you get your RFID chip.
There you go. Yes, we're gonna track you when you come in, when you leave. But no, I mean that's the thing too. Is like we have the tables are pretty socially distanced as much as possible. And I mean I've been doing comedy now for 3 months, and if I just got tested and didn't have it, then I don't know. I think comedy's the safest thing to go to because you're not dancing, you're not around each other. You're just there drinking at a table where you're near people, but then there's somebody 50 yards away talking into a microphone. I think it's the safest thing to do.
Marty, thank you so much for coming on.
Thanks
this
for
has been
having
an
me.
all-new episode of Convos on the Pedicab. Tune in.